Boris Johnson struck an optimistic tone as Britain braces for a winter of spiralling costs, predicting a remarkable bounce back and a golden future for the country. The outgoing Prime Minister acknowledged the next few months will be difficult, perhaps very tough, as eye-watering energy bills take their toll, but he forecast that the UK will emerge stronger and more prosperous on the other side. But Jeremy Vine caller Marjorie from East Lothian lashed out at Mr Johnson. She said, "I've never agreed with a thing he said from the very beginning. He doesn't live in the real world. He needs to walk down my street and the streets of London and see the people who are not coping with this. There is no money. There is nothing to pay these bills with. And them £400, is that a joke?" In an article for Mail Plus, Mr Johnson said the world was beginning to remedy supply chain pressures sparked by the aftershocks of COVID by the end of last year, but what no one had bargained for was Russian President Vladimir Putin deciding to invade Ukraine. He said this vicious and irrational move spooked the energy markets and ended up costing consumers at home. Mr Johnson said we must and we will help people through the crisis, with colossal sums of taxpayers' money already committed to the cause. He added that whoever succeeds him in the top job, the government will announce another huge package of financial support. It comes after the Chancellor Nadhim Zahawi suggested people earning around £45,000 per year could be among those struggling to cope with soaring living costs as the energy price cap is hiked again. Regulator Ofgem warned the government on Friday it must act urgently to match the scale of the crisis we have before us. As Britain faced the news, the average household's yearly bill will rise from £1,971 to £3,549. Making reference to a bleak economic briefing he said he received as COVID swept the world in 2020, Mr Johnson argued the UK has already proved the pessimists wrong. "They told me UK unemployment would top 14%, he reflected. "They said that millions would be thrown onto the economic scrap heap, with all the consequent costs to the exchequer. They were wrong. After becoming the first country in the world to approve an effective vaccine, we staged the fastest vaccine rollout in Europe, the fastest exit from COVID. As a result, we had the fastest growth in the G7 last year, and instead of mass unemployment we have about 640,000 more people in payroll employment than before the pandemic began." Mr Johnson said the UK has the fundamental economic strength to endure the cost of living crisis, even if the Russian leader wants us to buckle. "In this brutal arm wrestle, the Ukrainian people can and will win. And so will Britain," he said.